Greetings from New York. New York calling Hong Kong. Quick update here. I think that we spoke already about the adjustments to this lower area out in Quad 1. So I don't think we need to address that in detail, other than the fact that the lawn concept is what we're going to go with, and feel very strongly about relocating the pavilion. I believe it was Jay that was down in the south part of Quad 1 to the south part of Quad 2. So we can kind of put that in the parking lot for a bit. Also, thank you for these sending the 3D prints. They're very exciting. They're not on the model properly yet, but they will be soon. This model is still under construction, but it'll be great soon. This area isn't represented correctly in the model yet. It's still under construction, but the general premise, and you'll see a drawing very soon, the general premise is that this pavilion, a mushroom-type pavilion, is located within this very large central landform that is the kind of centerpiece of the lake. It's adjacent to a large playground, and in between the playground and the pavilion is a tilted lawn. So the idea is that this pavilion is sitting, I think, a meter or a meter and a half above the playground, so it has a relationship so that the lawn is actually lifting up towards the pavilion, so kids can run up the lawn, and the pavilion will be a place for parents to watch their kids play, or also stand up quite yet, but also have an orientation towards the water as well. So that's the thought there, and we will be sending drawings of these as well. But I wanted to just address the general concept. Big lawn, cut up into, big landform, cut up into smaller landforms, a winding path that gets you up to the elevated plane in which the building sits on, and a lawn. It's very simple, but it's looking really good. And like I said, we'll send that along soon. The very large landform, that's been fairly consistent with various different schemes. The bridge across. This scheme that we'll call the north segment of Quad 1 has been fairly dramatically redesigned. The diagram actually is kind of similar to what was there before, which is interesting. We looked at many different, dramatically different versions, but the one that has landed as is a version that has many of the same qualities as the scheme before, but the big change, or one of the big changes, is the omission of water. There's no longer in this current scheme a large water body part of this area as there was before. We feel that there was complications with a lot of the grading that's happening up here relative to the retail underneath the landscape, and also with the inclusion of this huge water body. We just wasn't sure it was really necessary anymore. Might be a little too much water, if you will. So if you can see the model here, the general concept is that the pavilion is located and Pavilion F seems to work quite well here. The pavilion is situated within a grove of trees, and hopefully trees coming through the center of the pavilion as discussed. So that piece of the interface is very similar. The difference is, well, one, there's no water anymore, but also it's imagined that these zones are the tops of the hills are actually programmed terraces. This is new. That was not in the scheme before, and it's kind of responding to our concern about the usability of the landforms. So if you can almost, in my mind, this very large DG terrace is part of a family of DG terraces. The central one being, well, the one in the middle and the one with the pavilion in it, but also flanked by this very large raised DG terrace that would also have trees in it and would overlook both areas. There's a smaller one to the north, and we're looking at the possibility of adding another one to the west as well. But the kind of centerpiece of this area is the pavilion. So we've got plans that we're putting a little bit of color on, and we'll send you guys today, so you'll have them in the morning to look at. But you know, obviously where the back and forth needs to go, the collaboration is, you know, looking at this zone here and the zone by the lake, those two pavilions. And I think it should be fairly simple. Again, DG is really what I think the proper direction is here to the north. On the south one, we're really not sure, actually. And you'll see in the drawings an opportunity. We don't see because we haven't really suggested anything yet. But this raised terrace, you know, and what that material is kind of in question. I'd love to get some thoughts from you guys. I mean, it could be wood. It could be a wood terrace. It could be a DG terrace. It could be stone. But I think that's one of the pieces of the conversation that we need to get going soon. But that's it. We're moving as fast as we can here, and think that we'll be in a good place to really get this down to a detailed level very soon. So let us know what you think, and we'll talk soon. Okay, thank you.